Hi there, Loy Machedo. Speaking to you from loymachedo.com. Who is Loy Machedo? Think Personal Branding. Okay. Today, I'm going to give you a rather different video about this guy. His name is the Liver King. I don't know if you have bumped into his video or on YouTube. But this guy, his real name is Brian Johnson. The reason why he became so talked about or famous, one is because of his physique. If you actually look at his physique, I'll put a screenshot here. He has this amazing rugged looking physique, but more than that, his abs were like, a tortoise shell. It's like, just a block, it's like it doesn't even look natural. Now, if that was not shocking enough, he always claimed, which I found stupid and ridiculous because I've been a bodybuilder, not as big as this, but I've experimented with steroids and all that. He claimed he was natural, which for me was utter rubbish. Him and there's another bodybuilder with the name of Mike O'Hearn. You can check him out. He's 50s. These guys are massive. If a normal person's this much, these guys are so big. It's like they're 3 times the size of a normal human, even 4 times. Okay. So they claim to be natural. See, even Arnold used to claim he was natural. The entire bodybuilding community used to claim it is natural. Why? Because people thought if you inject steroids, you just become like the Incredible Hulk. They didn't know that taking steroids involved a lot of work also. So it's not that if you take steroids, you become big. But someone who takes steroids versus someone who does not take, the recuperation would be incredibly faster. What steroids does is it helps you recover faster. Okay. Which is why even you remember this guy, what's his name? Armstrong, that cyclist. I can't get his full name here. Let me just put his name. Lance Armstrong. Yeah, Lance Armstrong. He took EPO. Now, EPO is another synthetic substance which helps you, it helps release more red blood cells, which helps you take in more oxygen, and you just don't get tired. Let's say, for example, if you would exercise for 20 minutes, if you take EPO, you can exercise for, maybe 6 hours, 7 hours without stopping, so that much stamina it gives you. I'm giving you an approximation. Okay. So now this guy, Brian Johnson, claimed to be natural. But now even that was not the reason why he went viral. He went viral because he introduced a diet whereby he would eat raw, and you need to see it to believe it, raw liver, raw testicles of animals, raw, like, everything, all the insides of this thing, which is safe. Like you're talking of even meat. Obviously, it's not recommended, but he would eat that and say, this is what gave him testosterone. This is what gave him the real power. He would even, I need you to check some of his videos on Instagram. 50 eggs on, these vodka shot glasses. 50 of them are just kept in front of him, and he'll glug, 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 50 eggs. So crazy. He was doing all these stunts. Now, obviously, people, everyone was like, man, are you taking steroids? Are you taking steroids? He would explicitly deny it. He would say, no, steroids is not good. And he had this brand tagline, which was part of his persona. He called it Primal. Primal means like the ancestors, like the caveman. He said that lifestyle will make you a man again. And he always, like all these fake gurus and fake coaches, they bring up a problem that is there. Let's say, for example, Thai Lopez. He would say, education in schools doesn't teach you any real skills. They'll become real problems. Okay. Learning history, what does it do for you? You're not guaranteed a job. You learn, you mug up geography, and how is it going to teach you real world skills? So then they identify the real problems and they make you say, oh, yeah, you're right, man. What does school give me? I pay so much money. But then they flip the entire situation and say, the solution is, and they divert you to them. They make you say, yes, 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 yes. They take all the agreements, make you feel, oh, this guy is, he understands my problem. He understands my pain, because he would say that, you're suffering. You're not getting a well-paid job. You're not succeeding in life. And then they twist the narrative by saying, I was like you, I didn't have a job, I was suffering, I was earning low. Then you begin to think, oh, the guy seemed like me. And then they give you a surprise by saying, but today I'm successful. Do you want to know the secrets how I did it? So obviously you're like, man, bloody hell, tell me, man. And then they would sell their course, or they would sell their product or their service. So this guy was doing more or less the same thing. He was highlighting all the problems. Today, men are no longer men. They are very afraid. They have low testosterone. They get depressed. They are worried. They lose their hair. They don't have muscle strength. They can't sleep properly. So most of the people, oh, bloody hell, what he's saying is right. We are stressed and we can't sleep. And so then he say, you need to get back to being the primal, all that pseudoscience bullshit he would say. And he's like the caveman, like the early man. He had a scheme, or a format that he suggested, the 9 tenets of 9 pillars or 9 tenets of being primal. He would say, you need to be in the sun. In fact, one of the stupid things is he used to say, even your nuts, no, your private parts, open your legs and let the sun rays come there. It seems vitamin D will get absorbed. Then you need to have bath in cold water. You need to walk every day, for so many kilometers. You need to do heavy exercise. So he would state a couple of things which some were okay, some were rubbish. But now, after he tells you all these things, you begin to think that, hey man, but okay, I'll follow all this. But what if I don't get the results? Then he would say, yeah, you need to eat liver, which he used to tell, eat raw meat. Now, here, many people found it like, why raw? Why can't I cook and all that? And thankfully, nobody got food poison and all that. So they would eat, but it was disgusting. And he started getting so famous almost everywhere because he had so much of attention. He had millions of followers on Instagram. And this generation of ours, you give them any bullshit, they'll believe. Pseudoscience, they'll not listen to scientists, they'll listen to celebrities. So they followed him. And he was saying, I'm natural. And anyone would ask him, are you taking steroids? He'd say, steroids is for losers. Steroids is for subprimal people. If you're really a primal individual, you will not take. Okay. And then obviously he had his line of supplements. He would say, this supplement is good for the body. This one is, makes your muscles improve. This one gives you better sleep. So he's also selling. So obviously, when someone who you trust, who you like, who you follow, recommends his own supplements, his own line, you'll take them. You'll think that, oh, why should I take someone else's creatine? I'll take his creatine. Why should I take someone else's vitamin C? I'll take what he's selling. So he was making a lot of money. And if you see the interviews that he had, multiple interviews, it was so irritating, full of bullshit here. He would say, I have hundreds of companies. My net worth is $100 million and I'm making that much per month. And I really felt it was nonsense. I would just listen to a few clips here and there and I'd say, he's just talking nonsense. Okay. But the thing which really bugged me the most was the fact that he is to claim he is natural. But then again, who can prove it? Okay. But what happened 2 days ago, which I just found out now, there's this guy, his channel is incredibly amazing. Okay. His name is Derek from Plates and Dates. Okay. Wait, let me get the right one. Dates and Plates or Plates and Dates? Derek. One second, I'm just checking. YouTuber. More Plates, More Dates. Okay. His name is Derek. Man, that guy, even though he's not a doctor, he's a normal everyday guy. But his knowledge of steroids and everything else is so impressive. I actually feel he even knows more than a doctor. Okay. This is my opinion. I'm just giving my opinion. Maybe I can be wrong. But he's so knowledgeable that even Joe Rogan has featured him in his podcast. Joe Rogan recommends him so many times. Okay. So, what shocked me was his video came out and he said, Liver King's, this guy, Brian Johnson, he managed to get, I don't know how, somebody leaked emails of his to Brian Johnson. And in those emails, I'll put a link to his video. Please watch it. It's 1 hour. I for the first time in my life, I actually made sure I listened to an entire video of 1 hour about, exposing someone or about a report or a podcast format. Full 1 hour. I was so engrossed because it was shocking. I'll put the link below. So I listened to it, and man, this guy, it was so obvious. This guy is spending like 11,000 US dollars per month on steroids. 11,000. And it even goes up to 15,000. And he has been using this for like years. Now, that's not to say that he does not work hard. That's not to say that he doesn't do exercise. That's not to say that he is not disciplined. No, those leaked emails gave in detail. He wakes up at 7 o'clock, he does this at 8 o'clock, he does this at 9 o'clock, at 10 o'clock, he's doing this. Like every hour, he's so disciplined. So he's incredibly a disciplined individual and he works very, very hard. Okay, this physique has not come only with steroid, he works hard. But the fact that he took, 11,000 to $15,000 worth of steroids was I mean, like people said, it's not a shock, it's a shock. And I want you to, even New York Post, I'll put the link below, see the videos of him holding such a liver of a big wild animal and he's eating into that with blood and all that. I don't want to put it here on this video. It's really disgusting. But he promotes this lifestyle. Now, why am I sharing this with you? Why am I sharing? Is it because I'm a big fan of his or no? The reason why I'm sharing this with you is because, see, my channel is related to personal branding. It's related to being true to yourself. Or even if you put on a persona, not an act, a persona, an extended personality of who you are. But don't lie to people. The problem with this guy is he, from making his channel grow of 60,000 followers, he managed to get 1 million followers. And worst part is he went to so many of the top selling podcasts. You know that Jake Paul, Implausible, some the coffee podcast or black coffee podcast or something. So many podcasts he went, so many outlets, so many, even in UFC, not UFC, MMA organizations, he went and told everyone, I'm natural. His message was positive. He would tell people, work hard, don't take drugs, do exercise. All that was good. But he didn't tell the truth. He didn't tell the truth of how his physique was made. And I'll tell you something, if he didn't have this physique, the physique that he had, if he didn't have that visual physique, he would have never got so many followers. Now, being a guy who's into personal branding, it is such a big lesson. It's like a wake-up call. What I was just reflecting. His brand, his image, his integrity, his self-respect. He's a good guy. He's not a bad guy. He's a family man. Now, all that would be hit so badly that people would not trust him. See, once someone lies to you through their nose for years, for months, years, and every time, how can you trust them again? Like they say, once bitten, twice shy. Now, who's going to buy his products? Who's going to respect him? In fact, people are going to troll him and make fun of him and mock him, and that's it. And which sponsor would want to associate with the person who lies? If you had just been honest, if Liver King were just honest and said, I do use HGH or growth hormone or, testosterone, fine, people would have said, yeah, that's how he gets his muscles. But at least they would have known that he's not lying to them, he's not cheating them. And whomsoever would follow him would be there with him. Now, because he has betrayed people, he's going to be the butt of all jokes. He's going to be mocked, not have any respect. He has gone to everywhere, even UAE. You can see this video. Check that more plates, more dates. They show videos of him in UAE, but obviously he's wearing his kandura. But when he was in the desert and all that, far away from the main, areas where residential areas, he was showing his physique. All this money, all this effort, he, in his leaked email, he admitted of having a full-time videographer, a full-time PR team, a full-time chef, a full-time production crew. The amount of money, the amount of sacrifice, the amount of work he must have put, all gone, no? I think the bottom line is this, if you are, investing time, effort, and money into your brand, at least don't lie about it. That is why early on during my career, I told people all my drawbacks. I told them, I was a playboy. I went to prostitutes. I was with even had sex with a ladyboy. I cheated on my partners. Uh, Everything. There was nothing else. I even told people that I was wrongly put behind bars for 1 hour for shouting at a local. So the reason why I shared all this is so that nobody would say, "Oh, I know the shocking truth. Loy was wrongfully sent out of UAE." I was the one who said it in my videos. And then people watching my videos would add more masala. That's a different thing. Because you cannot hide the truth forever. Yes, maybe there are some people who can keep it forever, like this guy, what's his name? Mike O'Hearn. Maybe he'll die and he'll never reveal. But the day the truth comes out, you lose your respect, man. Arnold Schwarzenegger intelligently managed to manipulate his way without having to pay the price because he got into public office, as in politics. And he knew that someone would expose him, so he exposed himself. Even the sexual harassment cases or where he misbehaved with women, he himself admitted before he would be sued. They tried to sue him, but they could not. But I know you might say that, oh, what is the use of admitting at the later stage? But it's better you admit than someone else exposes you. Had he admitted by himself, he wouldn't have been so hated. Now he's going to be a joke, a butt of all jokes. And I can tell you, in terms of personal branding, once people feel cheated, once they realize you have lied to them, and once you're exposed as, like in his case, using steroids and all that, your career, your life, it's over. I don't know. I'll put the links down below. Check it out. And if there's any important lesson that I can give you through this is, please don't build a brand by telling lies. Because if you do build a brand and it succeeds, the day your lies or your hidden truths are exposed, it's going to cost you much more than what you ever imagined. I don't know how this guy is going to make a comeback. I doubt he's going to make a comeback. Nobody's going to trust him again. And the worst part is his videos where he denied using steroids are forever going to be there. It'll just destroy him. That's all I have to say. Anyway, good, bad, ugly. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. It's me signing off. You guys take care.